welcome. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to solve the Maffert's gear puzzle. This thing right here. Before we begin the tutorial though, question of the day. How many pieces do you think there are in this Maffert gear puzzle? If you know the answer to this question, please let me know your answer in the YouTube comment section below. If you don't know the answer, not to worry. Please stick around to the end of this tutorial for my answer to the question of the day. Now, the Maffert gear puzzle has 6 sides or 6 faces. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, and 4 around here. It also has 3 layers, and in this tutorial you're going to see me refer to the layers as being the bottom layer, the one that I'm twisting right now, the top layer, the one I'm twisting now, and the middle layer is what is between these two that is kind of like moving horizontally as I twist these two along. Moved by these gears. It consists of these gears and this band of, like, you see those squares right there. It also has 6 squares, and each square is a face. Like, this is what I mean by the square. This is the orange square, this is the purple square. Okay, there's 4 squares around here, and there's a square at the bottom that's yellow. And then it has 24 crosses. And this is what I mean by a cross. You see these things at the corners, this 4 right there? There's 24 of them because they 4 on each face, and there's 6 faces. There's also 12 gears, and this is what I mean by a gear. This thing going around there, a gear has 2 colors. Like, this is a red and blue gear, so there's 4 on each layer, and that's why there's 12 of them. The gears are actually the edge pieces on this piece. So what I mean by that is that if we look at a 3x3, here's a edge piece, and it's got white and red, an edge piece that has green and red. And so similar to this, there's like the same kind of thing. So that is what the gear is. One thing about the squares you have to know, each square is a different color, and they denote the color of that face. So if I say I'm holding right now the gear with the orange side on top, and when we solve this puzzle, everything around here has to be orange, everything around here has to be purple, everything around here has to be green, and so on and so forth. And then there's the 24 horseshoes. These things right here, sometimes I call them U's or C's. They look like a U or a C, and they surround each square, and so there's 4 of them surrounding each one of them, and that's why there's 24 of them. And there's these 3-pronged black corners. There's 8 of them. These ones are kind of like equivalent of the corners in a 3x3. Here's a corner that has white, green, and red. And so these things, they're black, but they're surrounded by 3. If you look at this, these are 3 crosses, and they're all different colors. Same thing with this. So now that we know that, you're going to hear me use terms like up, and when I say up, this is, I'm talking about this layer right here. If I say up clockwise, I'm talking about a turn like that. Up counterclockwise, turn like that. Bottom clockwise, turn like that. Bottom counterclockwise. Right clockwise, right counterclockwise. Right clockwise twice is that way. One thing to note, when you're turning these things, make sure as the corners align this way, if you turn it, make sure you don't stop halfway like that. A full turn is like that. So I'm going to start, if I say 90 degree, I'm going to turn this thing all the way right there. If I say this, I'm going to turn it all the way up to there. Don't stop halfway through there, because then you won't be able to turn the other way. So just something to note. We're first going to start by picking a color, and I'm going to pick red today. And once you pick a color, you want to put it on top, kind of like the way that is. So this is the top, so now the bottom is purple. That's what I mean by that. So that's step number 1. Step number 2, I'm going to try to resolve these crosses. And what do I mean resolve? I'm going to make these crosses 1, 2, 3, 4 around here. I'm gonna make them red, and the way I do that is I'm just gonna spin this thing around and find a red. Oh, there it is. So see, now I have a red right here that has a blue. Right now I want to put another red cross right here, but you want to make sure it also has a blue. And so let's find a red that has a blue. That's not it. That one has a green. So the other one is going to be either here. Yeah. So this is a red that has a green, and this is a red that has a blue. So now I know that the red that has a blue is under there on my right. And so if I spin it now, it's left counterclockwise, watch. Now I kind of have my red right here. So this is what I wanted, a red with blue and red and blue. But now I've messed up my red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the center layer. Since the red now is in the center layer, I'm going to spin it bottom clockwise so that it's over here to my right. And then I'm going to spin the back clockwise so that it comes to the top. And you see now I'm back in there. And now I've got my red matched with 4 red crosses, which is what I wanted for this step. Now, one other thing, this red has a blue that red has a blue. That's very important. If you have a red here that has a blue and a red that has a green, you need to fix that. But anyway, you need to make it that way in order to solve it. And once you do one side, actually you'll notice the other side is also done. Like this is red and green, red and green. As this red and blue, red and blue. That's good. Now next step, this center layer, I want to make sure that this is blue. Why? Because we know that if there's two crosses, this needs to be blue. So I'm going to spin the bottom clockwise as many times as I need to get a blue right there. And there comes my blue. So now we've solved the crosses in this one. That's how to solve that one. Now I'm going to turn this 90 degrees to this side. Watch, to the right. I want to make sure the same thing applies. So we have a red center right there. We have two red crosses that have orange over here, and this is orange. So once you do that, you're done with this step of the crosses. Next step, we're going to fix the gears. The way you fix these gears, you want to make sure you look at these two cross colors right here on both sides of the gear. So let's look at our face gear at the top right here. We have red and orange, red and orange. This gear needs to be red and orange. We are not going to worry about orientation right now, but even if it's like this, need to be red and orange. And right now it's red and yellow. That is not good. We need to find a gear that is red and orange. And here it is. So now, since it's over here on the top, I'm going to perform this algorithm that will take it out of the top, because we need to fit it in here, and we can't fit it in here because that algorithm messes up the entire top. So we're going to do one wasted move, which is to take it out of the top, and then we'll use the same move or the same algorithm to put it back in here. So the move is you hold it this way, you know, with the piece that the gear that you want on top, on your face top right here, and you perform this algorithm. Right counterclockwise, bottom clockwise twice, right counterclockwise. And now that gear is out of here. You still have, you see, you still have your two red and orange pieces right here. Now that gear is going to be in the bottom. So we're looking for a gear that is red and orange. It's over here. I'm going to put it in the back clockwise that way, so that the gear that I want to come over here on my face top is on the back bottom. It's right here. Hold it that way with the gear that you want to fit in here at the back bottom, and you want to fit it in the front top right here. You hold it there and do that algorithm again. The algorithm is right counterclockwise, bottom clockwise twice, right counterclockwise. And now look, that gear is right there. So now we have the correct gear right here. This is red, orange, red, orange. The gear is red, orange. That's what you want to do. And now again, we got to fix the center. Now if you look at this, this is orange and orange. This needs to be orange. I'm going to spin the bottom clockwise or counterclockwise, whichever way you want, until this is orange like that, because we know, see now these four gears that surround that orange. We don't want to mess that up with our move. Now let's turn this clockwise again, kind of like that, and make sure that this is also done. So this is red and green, and this is green. The problem is that this gear is red and blue. It needs to be red and green. So we find a red and green. It's over here again. So I'm going to do that move again to take it out of here. The same algorithm to take it out of here, and then I'm going to put it back again. So the algorithm is right counterclockwise, bottom clockwise twice, right counterclockwise. Now it's out of here. We still have a red and green. Now it's over here. So I'm going to turn the bottom clockwise this way. Basically what you want to do is whatever you want to put in here, because I want it here to be red and green, you want it to be on the back bottom right there. So that's all I was doing. That's why I turned it bottom that way. So now that I know that the piece that I want is on the bottom of the back, what I want to do is to bring it to the front top right here. I'm going to do the same algorithm. Right counterclockwise, bottom clockwise twice, right counterclockwise. So now my gear is over here. This is red and green crosses, red and green crosses. This is red and green. And actually this is aligned correctly. You don't have to worry about this orientation, but you just have to worry that it has the correct color. So there we go. Now I'm going to spin the middle to make this green once again. And now turn it around this way, and now look around. Everything is done. Now we have red and yellow with a red and yellow gear and the yellow in the middle. And we have red and blue cross, red and blue cross with a red and blue gear, and a blue square right here. So this is almost solved. The next stop is solving the horseshoes. The crosses and our squares and our gears are solved. We want to solve the horseshoe. Find two horseshoes that are out of place. This is what I mean. You see this? Horseshoes usually surround the square, and they have to be the same color as the square. So this square is red, and you see this horseshoe is correctly placed because this horseshoe is red and red. This horseshoe is wrongly placed. It's not red. These two are not red. You want to find two horseshoes that are wrongly placed. You don't want to find something like this where there's a yellow over here and all the horseshoes are wrongly placed. Find one where there's two of them that are correct and two of them that are not, and place the one that are wrongly placed on the top vertically, kind of like this, or you can hold it this way. You cannot do this, or you cannot do this. So any of the two, like this is another one, you can hold with the two kind of like vertically like that, and you want to perform this algorithm one time and it'll solve all your horseshoes. The algorithm is right clockwise, top clockwise, right clockwise, top clockwise, right clockwise, top clockwise. So you saw that it's right clockwise, top clockwise 3 times. And once you do that, now look at all the horseshoes. They're all solved. All the crosses are solved. All the gears are solved correctly. We have one last step left before we solve the entire Maffert's gear puzzle. And what is that step? These gears, they are in the right place. All of them are in the right place, but some of them are not correctly oriented. What do I mean? This is a correctly oriented gear. This is not correctly oriented. Find 2 gears that are wrongly oriented, like this one, and place them vertically, kind of like along there, so that you have your right side here, you have the left side. Put them in the middle of your left and right, so vertically aligned that way, and just spin the right. Hold the left constant, spin the right, and it'll fix the gears, these 2 gears. Watch. Keep spinning. So it may be one 360-degree turn, it may be 2, it may be 3, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna keep spinning until you see now that is fixed. See that? That's done. Find another set of gears. If there's any more left, okay, see, like these, this and this, align them vertically again, so you have your left and right in the middle, and spin the right until those gears are fixed. See the way I'm spinning? You can go clockwise or counterclockwise, it doesn't matter. Just keep spinning this until right now you see it's completely done. And now the entire Maffert gear puzzle is solved. And that, my friends, is how to solve the Maffert gear puzzle. Now, answer to the question of the day. I think there's 75 pieces in this. And why do I say that? Because there's 6 squares representing the faces. There's 24 crosses, 4 on each side. And then there's 12 gears, 4 gears on each layer. And then there's 24 horseshoes. There's 8 corners. These 3-pronged black things, and then there's one ball in the middle where everything is spinning around. So that's why I think there's 75 pieces on it. If you think that's right, or if you have your own answer, let me know in the comment section below. And before we go, I'd like to ask you a bonus question. Are there any puzzles or cubes or shapes on this table that you don't recognize? Please let me know in the comment section below. And I'm gonna do 2 things for you. First, I'll let you know what it is. I'll reply to your comment, and second of all, as a bonus, I'm gonna create a YouTube video for you showing you how to solve that puzzle. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial.